This tutorial compared to the other two I think are a bit easier because it's not like it's a ton of blending or anything and you're only using one eyeshadow, and it's not as daring as that darker eyeshadow that I used a few videos ago. I hope this seems approachable but still a little bit of sparkle to it and just a little bit different from what you would do in your everyday makeup routine. So red lips are a classic and I had to include that. I was just playing around with this palette some more. Yes, you guys might already be sick of it. This is my third makeup look on my channel, but I love it so much. I really wanted to use this gold shade. It is called Gold Galaxy. This one is so stunning. Isn't that beautiful? So I had to do a makeup look. It only makes sense to do something holiday. I believe this video is going to come out a day or two before Christmas. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wearing this makeup look for Christmas Day. You guys know eyeshadow primer is a must. This one is by Ulta Beauty. I use this one in all my eyeshadow tutorials. It's very important to put it on my eyelids and also under my eyes. Since I'm kind of doing a cut crease, a more soft cut crease, I do want to go in with some concealer. This one is by e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. One small dot on the eyelid and then two small dots under the eyes. Small blending brush, I'm going to go in with Gold Galaxy. I'm going to start off near the lash line and I'm only going almost halfway. And the color is more concentrated on the outer corner. So I'm concentrating here and then I'm diffusing it as I go towards the center, but I'm not putting any eyeshadow on my center. I'm putting it where I would have a crease. And then with a smaller brush, I'm going to go in with the exact same color and do the lower lash line going halfway and then connecting it on the outer corner. I'm also adding some shadow to the waterline. I would have used an eyeliner pencil. I thought I had this color, but I must have gotten rid of it because it, I don't know, probably expired. But if you have this color in an eyeliner, I would definitely do that instead. Going back in with that concealer using a flat brush. That's where we're creating that cut crease line. And what I've learned with the cut crease is that you just want to like dab it. And you also don't need that much concealer. So you can always go in with the smaller brush just to add a little more eyeshadow to perfect it. See how it's a really thin line towards the inner corner and then it gets wider as you go out. If you really want this eyeshadow to pop, just add some setting spray to your brush. This one is by Jason Wu Beauty, and go back in with that eyeshadow and just pack it on. To set the cut crease so it doesn't move around, I am going to go in with just some sort of powder. You can use your face powder. This one is by Kosas. It's the Cloud Set powder in Feather. It's one of my favorite powders to use. To add a pop of glitter to the inner corners, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel London Wonder Swipe. This is a 2-in-1, so you can use it as eyeliner or just to dab it in certain areas. It doesn't say the shade, but it's the gold one. And then I'm just going to connect it to the eyeshadow and then put a little bit right here. Now, if you don't have monolids, you probably don't have this extra skin, but you can still put a little bit of glitter there. Kind of how you would do a inner corner wing, but that one I'm just dabbing and connecting and then using my fingers just to blend out the edges. The eyes are just about done. I'm just going to tight line, strictly tight lining. This is the L'Oreal Infallible in black, just to make the base of my lashes thicker or appear thicker. Priming my lashes before I go in with mascara. This one is by Lancome. I'm still loving the Rare Beauty mascara. Popping on the same fake lashes as the last two tutorials. I can't find anything better than this as far as just a regular normal fake lash, like not a magnetic one. That's just super comfortable and that fits nicely on my eyes. These are them. They're the Ardell 421. They are the natural ones. I love these lashes so much because they're not overbearing and you can still see the eyeshadow behind the lashes because that's very important. A lot of fake lashes, they're quite dense and then all you see with your eyes are the lashes, none of the beautiful work of the eyeshadow or the liner. Using the same foundation as last time, the e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo CC Cream. Now I did notice because recently I went on the e.l.f. website, they've expanded this quite a bit. So if you didn't find your shade originally when it came out, definitely check it out again. I really do love this, but for whatever reason, this is like a hit or miss with people. People either really love it like me or they absolutely hate it. Now what's important is that you prep your skin really well, specifically your skincare, using something that's really hydrating and moisturizing because this will stick to any dry patches. Now since this is quite matte and I want to go for a more dewy look this time, I am going to go in with a glowy product. This one is by Milani. This is the Soft Focus Glow in Nude Glow. This feels like a lotion. Now since I already added concealer under my eyes, I'm not going to get too close, but focusing it everywhere else. When I wore the foundation to the holiday party, longevity last week, it did not budge. Now keep in mind, I was wearing my face mask on the train, which is about an hour and a half there and back, and I had no problems. It's so phenomenal. So even when you put on a mask, you don't have any of the lines or anything. It's a really great foundation that does not budge. And I think another reason why it didn't budge is because I also use a setting spray. That's kind of how I dampen my sponge. Part of the reason is because I'm lazy. I had no idea that this was a hack. It was blowing up on TikTok. I just use a setting spray on my sponge instead of water. That just helps the longevity of the foundation. Bronzing and contouring the skin, I'm using two different products, M Cosmetics and Persona. I like contouring with the M Cosmetics one since it's more on the neutral side. Contouring the nose makes a huge difference, especially if you have a flat nose like me. I'm not trying to get plastic surgery or anything, but this really does make a difference. And then I like to bring it up towards eyebrows. And then with Persona, the bronze multi-stick, this one I like to focus right here on the temples. And maybe, actually that's not the temples, the upper cheeks, but towards the back. His temples are here, right? And then actually do add a little bit on the temples. And then just keep blending with the same sponge used earlier for the foundation. Especially on the nose if you find it to look a little too strong. Surprisingly, I'm not going to go in with blush. Instead, I'm actually going to add a little more bronzer using a powder bronzer instead. Originally, I was going to go in with the Tower 28 bronzer, but if you are going to be wearing a mask or just traveling, that's not the best product to use because it is so creamy. So instead, I'm going to go in with this Rimmel London one. It is called the Radiance Brick. It's multi-tone, so I like mixing it just like this. I'm just going to be a bronzy goddess. Now, one thing I totally forgot is to set the under eyes and around the nose. I don't know how I forgot to do that. But going in with the Best Loose Powder, the Laura Mercier, this one's in Honey. I like using this Real Techniques. This one is specifically for powder. Dabbing it in and then pressing it just to get the excess off. And then going right under the eyes and around the nose, around the mouth. Since I did my eyebrows before, they did get a little messed up because of the powders. So I am going to go in with the M Cosmetics Brow Sculpt in Taupe. Sometimes the powders will just stick to my hairs. So I just want to make sure my brows are nice and enhanced. It makes such a difference. Wiping the extra powder off. Okay, I just had to add a little more bronzer because I start to lose it towards the cheeks. Going in with setting spray, I recently went to CVS and I found this one by Neutrogena. This is a hydrating setting spray with hyaluronic acid. So if you have dry skin, this might be good. It smells exactly like their sheet mask. If you know those gel ones, the exact same. I feel like we need to wear red lipstick. I know I've done two other tutorials and I didn't include red, but this one I really want to make sure I did that. So I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop X Mulan lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick. Unfortunately, can't get this again. That's the problem with Colourpop whenever they do these collaborations. There's a short period of time where you can get those exclusive collections, and then besides that, or you can't ever get them again. Sometimes they'll bring it back the following year, like the Hocus Pocus one, but usually they don't. So find your favorite red lipstick. This one, you don't need a liner because the applicator is so good. Oh, this red is stunning. See how easy that was with no liner? I've noticed some people will just go right across their Cupid's bow where you don't have this dip, but I don't think that would look good on me because my dip is so prominent that it would make my lips look really fake. 2 layers and I'm good to go. Can't forget the highlighter, so I'm gonna go in with this liquid highlighter. It looks so beautiful. It works so well over powder or even before or even in mixing with your cream products. This one is by Rare Beauty in Outshine, and I think it goes perfectly with the eyes. So with this, you need the tiniest bit. One swipe and you can do your whole entire face. Just blending out those edges and adding a little on the nose, a little bit on the lips, Cupid's bow, and the brow bone. I'm going to add the tiniest bit right above the brow just because sometimes my forehead can look a little flat and the light hits right here, just like that. Don't underestimate using dry shampoo. This is a really great styling product, not just for an oily scalp, but also if you have really clean hair, you just washed your hair like me. I just washed it yesterday and my hair is incredibly soft, but I was losing that volume. So doing that just gave the extra boost that I needed. Also using rollers just creates so much volume. That's how I did it for today with these beautiful big curls. Definitely recommend. It is worth the hype. I will link the ones that I use down below. This is what I'll be looking like for Christmas since I will be cooking on Christmas Day. So I hope you guys have a really great holiday. Merry Christmas if you celebrate that, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!